Reno is not under threat of any climate change. It's
That
entirely an
Reno is
artificial
actually a
signal
city
based on the
that
fact
could
that
be
the city
in
is
big
growing
trouble
demand.
if
Federal
we don't
Inflation
continue
Reduction
to
Act
protect
dollars
it.
are rolling.
Heartland
into
Institute's
Reno and
Anthony
Washington.
Watts
Ryan
tells
Kemp.
2 News that the city is heating up
Washoe
not
County
because
Commissioner
of
Alexis Hill also touted IRA investments in
Nevada has seen
rural areas.
$3.8 billion
Many of our rural
invested
areas
in that downtown. Highlights some of the major investments into climate change.
Because Reno has developed
Thank
dense
you for being
concentrations
here
of
with us.
pavement,
Today, environmental
buildings, and other
advocacy groups
services
and
that
But,
retain
clean energy is always a nice goal, but the problem is it just doesn't work. And I think that focusing on that is just simply a distraction.
My name is Ivan Woods. As of 2026, I am a student at Spanish Springs High School located in northern Nevada. Many people may say that I am just a kid and my voice does not matter, but my voice matters just as much as any other voice out there because my voice came from the same earth that everyone else's did, and that earth is under serious pressure. I come to you today not only to inform you, but to advise you all to take immediate action against the dangers of climate change.
Next item here is the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty.
I was born and spent majority of my childhood here in Reno, which is the fastest warming metropolitan in the United States due to climate change.
Today, levels of carbon dioxide and methane in our atmosphere are more than 50% and 160% higher than they were in pre-industrial times.
The city is in grave danger and it is our responsibility to do something about it. The urban heat island effect. An effect that happens to metropolitan areas when changes in the natural landscape lead to more pavement, concrete, asphalt, and dark objects that can absorb sunlight and emit heat throughout the city.
Heartland Institute's Anthony Watts tells 2 News that the city is heating up not because of climate change, but rather because Reno has developed dense concentrations of pavement, buildings, and other surfaces that retain heat.
Anthony Watts claims that the urban heat island effect has nothing to do with climate change, but if we really think about it, human-made impact causing a rise in temperature, loss in ecosystems, and other damage to the surrounding areas through urbanization is the very definition of climate change.
The fire department is working on updating the plan after 20 years. It's a study on the areas which have the greatest risk for
Melissa Ramos at the American Lung Association claims that Reno is going through its own mini-industrial revolution as its neighboring state, California, forces major construction throughout the city. Reno's population is increasing at about 10,000 people annually, and the city is desperately trying to withstand this rise. Kicked up dust from construction, exhaust from cars and construction materials, air, water, light, and noise pollution coming from new buildings and factories are all putting great harm to our atmosphere. However, the greatest recorded cause of atmospheric problems actually comes from wildfires. When forest fires blow smoke into our city, the greenhouse gas effect is unstabilized, trapping a lot of carbon and heat in our atmosphere, leaving a haze over the city. This is also a detrimental problem to the health of citizens of Reno. Studies from the World Health Organization show that air pollution has proven to be linked to stroke, heart disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, lung cancer, pneumonia, and cataracts. 30% of our Earth's carbon is filtered out by our oceans and seas. But as carbon concentration rises, our marine life just cannot keep up, and the ocean water is beginning to acidify.
I can't help but wonder what it's going to take for the right decisions to be made. We really are running out of time.
This oceanic acid kills our coral reefs, other ecosystems, species, and the overall health of our oceans. Reno's economy is primarily based off of tourism. Casinos and bars have a large seafood scene here in the city, as well as Reno being known for one of the only places that you can access all-you-can-eat sushi. Losing access to clean fish material will turn industries to pork, chicken, and beef, an over-farming problem that has already caused a great release of methane in our atmosphere.
Describes how the season has panned out so far and how atmospheric rivers have impacted snow conditions.
The snowline in Tahoe is expected to continue moving upward, putting low-elevation ski resorts at risk, such as Boreal, Palisades, Sierra at Tahoe, and North Star. The Tahoe Adaptation Agency predicts that 12 major ski resorts will lose up to $268 million annually over the coming years due to climate change alone.
We had some unseasonably warm temperatures heading into the last week.
Heavenly delayed its opening this weekend.
You don't have to be a hardcore skier or shredder to feel the effects of snow loss. Studies at UNR show that roughly 2/3, or 64% of locations in the northern Nevada area have experienced an exponential loss in snow.
This warehouse in Spanish Springs, Nevada was built in under 2 weeks. It was insane. I remember driving to school on Pyramid Highway every single day and seeing this warehouse construction progress. Now, there's 2 of them in this massive construction zone here in Spanish Springs.
But did you know that this process is considered a positive feedback effect? The more it goes on, the worse it gets. As our cities heat up, households and residencies use more air conditioning on a day-to-day basis. This requires more demand for AC units and other cooling devices throughout the house. This requires more factories, more pavements, constructions, and roads. Altogether, this equals more energy needed. The more energy, construction, and pavement that we have in our city, the worse the urban heat island effect gets, causing it to grow exponentially as people will need to blast their ACs more to make up for the increase in heat. I am here at an energy plant owned by NV Energy. Unfortunately, NV Energy is a monopoly, and 100% of citizen-owned energy in the state of Nevada comes from NV Energy. It's important, especially for citizens of Nevada, that we stay up to date on what our leaders are doing to get our electricity. It's important that we say no to natural gas infrastructure. It's important that we say no to fossil fuels. And it's important that we say yes to expanding our solar and wind fields. Anthony Watts claims that climate change is a slow-growing problem, but it's not. It's around us. Every summer gets hotter, every winter gets drier. Growing up in Spanish Springs, I'm forced to watch my city develop at rapid speeds. Just 5 to 10 years ago, I could not see any of these factories or major warehouses out here. Now, if we look around, it's fields of them. Carbon tax is an amazing way to fight carbon in our atmosphere. If we can tell these businesses, these factories, and these industries that we're going to tax the amount of carbon that they let out into our atmosphere, they may actually try to push to find cleaner sources of energy that are more sustainable and better for our environment. I'm here with the Spanish Springs local, aka my mother. What do you think about climate change in Reno?
It seems like we're doomed.
I am here in Spanish Springs at a gravel mining facility. This one in particular opened in 1984. Let me talk to you about the dangers of gravel mining. When mines are created, they clear out mass areas of land that include topsoil, vegetation, water, and things that are utilized as carbon sinks to clean our atmosphere. Like I said previously, 30% of our Earth's carbon is cleaned out by the ocean. This is considered a carbon sink. Trees and vegetation alone cannot clean up all the carbon in our atmosphere. But as we damage our oceans and our topsoil fields, we are ruining all carbon sinks that we have and clearing them out for mining operations like this. Without these carbon sinks, methane, carbon, hydrogen, and other natural gases are going to overflow in our atmosphere, and we won't be able to clean it up.
We are officially terminating the so-called endangerment finding,
marking his most sweeping effort to reverse U.S. action on climate change.
I am here at another warehouse in Spanish Springs, Nevada, but something you'll notice about this one is it is smack in the middle of an urban area. But this means that we are right in the middle of where our water is being contaminated, our air is being polluted, and we are getting noise and light pollution all day and all night long. I dream of owning a business just like many of you, but I find it very important that if I do own a corporation, I use my power and I use my money and I use my funding to make a change. If you grow up and you want to own a company, you can make it eco and sustainable. You don't have to own companies that clear out entire ecosystems and destroy our environment. You can choose the right way of life. Take what you need and refuse everything else. Say no to allowing our capitalistic views take control of the country and the environment that we live in. The signs are around you, and all you need to do is see them. Climate activists like myself are doing things globally to help, but it's not enough. Commercial and industry buildings are looking to cut energy and water usage by 25% by the year 2030. The city of Reno is also offering subsidized energy audits through partnerships to help businesses find ways to cut energy costs. In 2019, the city adopted Reno Resilience, its first sustainability and climate action plan to create a roadmap for enacting more sustainability initiatives. But only when the last tree is cut, the last fish is caught, and the last stream is poisoned, will man realize that he cannot eat money. Picking up litter, informing your friends, do everything you can, get the word around. Our climate is changing and we need everyone's help to stop it. This is our Earth, not mine, not yours. So friends, families, citizens of Reno, and members of the human race, it doesn't matter the steps you take, big or little, as long as you start walking. The world literally depends on it.
That was the moment President Trump withdrew the U.S. from the Paris Climate Agreement,
to educate
a worldwide
people
pact that aims
that
to
Reno
fight
is
global
actually a
warming.
city.
We did
that
have
could
some
be in
good
big trouble
attendance
if
with
we
really
don't
positive
protect it.
feedback on the public's concerns when it comes to wildfires.